Good evening to all science students. Today is 27th Feb and you guys have done with the physics paper. Next, now you people are waiting for next paper, that is day after tomorrow, that is on 29th Feb, chemistry paper. This video is only a prediction of important questions which will be there on your paper on 29th Feb. Now this video I have divided into two parts. In the first part I'm going to cover a number of topics. That is, first I'll cover up about solid state, second ionic equilibrium, third is solution, chemical thermodynamics, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics and elements of group 16, 17 and 18. Now, as I said, this is only prediction. There is no guarantee that this question will be there or 100% everything will be there in the paper. Now, first topic, as I said, is solid state chemistry, and till the topic group 16, 17, 18 elements. This 6-7 topics. If you observe the board paper, in board paper there are questions like distinguish between, define the terms, then sketch and label, then you may get the question classify the following solids. So means once you analyze the paper, you get an idea. There is a one kind of a pattern when the paper is prepared. So what you guys will do, the first thing which comes in my mind is, when you are preparing for this topic, the first type of question that you will be preparing is distinguish between. If you are preparing distinguish between for certain things, the first is prepare for crystalline solid and amorphous solid from topic solid state. Then second, you guys can prepare from isothermal and adiabatic process. This is from topic chemical thermodynamics. Third, distinguish, you can prepare from the topic electrochemistry, that is electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. Then the another thing, that the second type of question which I'll say is sketch and label. Now generally the diagram comes from the physical chemistry. There are two topics, one is solid state, another one is electrochemistry. From this topic there is a strong possibility one diagram will be there on 29th Feb in your paper. So you guys can prepare for the diagram, that is standard hydrogen electrode SHE. Second, the second one is lead storage battery. Third is H2O2 fuel cell. Fourth one is tetrahedral void. And fifth diagram, that is octahedral void. Guys, this is very, very important. Roughly you have to practice these 5 diagrams with the correct labeling. There is a strong possibility one diagram will be there in the paper. Then another type of question in physical chemistry, there are certain laws are given under each topic, particularly in the topic like solution, chemical thermodynamics, then after that in electrochemistry and chemical kinetics. So if you see topic solution, the first thing which comes in my mind is state and explain Henry's law, state Raoult's law, and you have to derive delta P is equal to P1 naught X2. Then another one is when you go in topic chemical thermodynamics, statement of first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics. These two laws are very, very important for an exam point of view. Then after this one, the another thing which comes in my mind is definitions. There are many definitions in the physical chemistry. Starting from the first topic, definition of unit cell. Then another is definition of boiling point, freezing point, hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, isotonic solution, osmosis, osmotic pressure, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Then come to the third topic, that is ionic equilibria. In ionic equilibria, again you have number of definitions. The definition of pH, definition of pOH, definition of buffer, definition of ionic product, definition of solubility product. These are the important definitions. Then the fourth topic, which is chemical thermodynamics. Maximum definitions are there in chemical thermodynamics. But when you are preparing for an exam point of view, certain definition like extensive property, intensive property, then standard enthalpy of formation, standard enthalpy of combustion. Then another definition is enthalpy of vaporization, enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of ionization. These definitions are very, very important. Then in topic like chemical kinetics, you guys can prepare for the definition of bimolecular reaction, unimolecular reaction, then definition of catalyst. Then come to the next topic, that is group 16, 17 and 18 elements. Under group 16, 17 and 18 elements, you will be having the definitions of interhalogen compounds. So these are just a simple, or I can say that a few definitions which I have predicted. From this, there will be a 2-3 definitions will be there in your paper. Now apart from that, the next part is problems, numericals. Numericals, almost around 10 to 12 marks will be there for your numericals. Numericals are there in topic solid state, solution, chemical thermodynamics, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics. These are the topics which basically contain numericals. Now it's my suggestion for all science students, please go through all solved examples which are given under the textbook. From solid state, the one formula which is given, density is equal to m into n upon a cube na. Number of times this particular problem based on this formula has been asked in the exam. So it's very, very important. Then another problem based on pH plus pOH is equal to 14. And problem based on Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So if there is a problem based on pH plus pOH is equal to 14, it will be for 2 marks. If the problem is based on Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, it will be for 3 marks. Then another problem is problem based on the Ostwald dilution law. So Ostwald dilution law is applicable for weak acid and a weak base. So both the formulas are given. Ka is equal to alpha square C and Kb is equal to alpha square C. Based on these two formulas also the problems are important. One more thing is that the problem like the salt will be given, sparingly soluble salt formula will be given, and you have to write the expression for solubility product, that is KSP value. So for example PbI2, then another thing is like AgCl, or it will be any another thing like Al2SO4 thrice. So this sparingly soluble salt will be given to you and you have to write down the KSP. By using the formula you can solve this, which is given in the textbook. Then another one is next topic, electrochemistry. In topic electrochemistry, there are problems which is given. Generally under the old syllabus it was Faraday's first law and second law of electrolysis. So based on the concept of electrolysis, quantitative aspect of electrolysis, 3 to 4 problems are given as a solved examples. Again, this is very, very important. There is a strong possibility that problem based on the quantitative aspect of electrolysis will be there in your paper. Then next part is problem based on the Arrhenius equation. There is also a possibility if there is no problem on the quantitative aspect of electrolysis, then 100% there will be a problem based on the Arrhenius equation. So this 2 to 3 types of problem in topic electrochemistry you have to prepare. At the same time, in the beginning of the topic, the important thing like state and explain Coleridge law of independent migration of ion, and also the problem based on molar conductivity. See, you have to go through one problem based on the molar conductivity, either molar conductivity problem, or there will be a question for 2 marks, state and explain Coleridge law of independent migration of ion. Next is a topic that is chemical thermodynamics. Now under chemical thermodynamics, you have the expression for work done, that is W is equal to minus P external delta V. Then another one which is for the reversible process, W max is equal to minus 2.303 nRT log to the base 10 V2 upon V1 or P1 upon P2. So problem based on W max for 2 marks, or there will be a problem based on the first law of thermodynamics. And in this topic there are other problems like the problem based on bond enthalpy, problem based on the H.S.C law, guys, problem based on the W max and problem based on bond enthalpy and H.S.C law. Please don't keep this 3 type of problem for option. One problem based on such a type of concepts will be 100% in your paper. Now these are the topics which basically contain numericals. Now let us talk about the important derivations which are included in physical chemistry. The first topic, solid state chemistry, you guys can prepare for 2 derivation. One is packing efficiency in metallic crystals for simple cubic system. Another one is packing efficiency in metallic crystals for body centered. These 2 derivations. Second topic, there are a number of derivations are there, but I am predicting one is for the colligative property, that is the determination of molar mass from the freezing point depression, and another one is that is the determination of molar mass by lowering of vapor pressure. These 2 derivation you guys have to do it. Very very important for an exam, particularly 2 marks question where there is a strong possibility that any one derivation will be there in the paper. At the same time, in that particular topic you have the concept of Van 't Hoff factor. So please prepare this question, explain Van 't Hoff factor, because from last 2-3 years they have not asked anything related to Van 't Hoff factor. So I'm requesting everyone to please go through the concept of Van 't Hoff factor, read the definition, see all the formulas which is given in the textbook. Then come to the topic chemical thermodynamics. Under chemical thermodynamics, again in the 2 marks question there is a number of derivations are there. Derive expression for work done in a chemical reaction for a gaseous reaction. Then another one is expression of maximum work, that is W max. Then another one is expression for pressure volume work. Such a type of derivations will be there in your paper. Or delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. This has been asked number of times in the exam. Or you may get the question, state first law of thermodynamics, and you have to apply this first law of thermodynamics to the various process like isothermal process, adiabatic process, isochoric, isobaric process. So any 2 process will be given and you have to apply the first law of thermodynamics and you have to derive an expression. Then the other part is the next topic, that is chemical kinetics. In chemical kinetics, again the main important derivation is integrated rate law for first order reaction. Okay, this is one of the important question. Then half-life period of first order reaction and zero order reaction. Again these 2 derivations. And problem based on integrated rate law of first order and half-life period of first order. Please go through this type of problems. There is a maximum chance that in your paper either derivation or 3 marks numerical will be there. Then one of the common question which is there in chemical kinetics is, what are pseudo first order reaction? This has been asked number of times in the board exam, one of the common questions from the chemical kinetics. And remember, in the beginning I forgot to tell you about the distinguish between, but the one of the most important distinguish between in this topic, that is order and molecularity of reaction. Again, this question has been asked number of times, so please go through all points and try to write down 4 points if the question is distinguished between, whether it is from any topic, but you have to write 4 points as per the board rule. Then the last, that is electrochemistry. Under electrochemistry, there is no such a derivation is there, but when you guys are preparing electrochemistry, remember, please go through all the cell reactions which occurs at anode, cathode, then the during the discharging and the recharging of the lead storage cell. These are the important questions. Then applications of EMF series. Again, writing an application of EMF series for 2 marks is one of the important question. And as I said in the beginning, only Coleridge law of independent migration of ion. Now the last topic, that is for physical chemistry. Actually, it is a part of the inorganic chemistry. Group 16, 17 and 18 element. Now when you're preparing group 16, 17 and 18 elements, here you have to prepare for trends across the period and down the group. When you're answering atomic radii, ionic radii, properties like ionization, enthalpy, electronegativity. Then also prepare for an anomalous behavior of oxygen and fluorine. 4 points are required for 2 marks. So anomalous behavior of oxygen and anomalous behavior of fluorine is important. Then oxyacids of sulfur and oxyacids of chlorine. Please write down these structures number of times. Again, I'll predict that there is a possibility that 2 or 3 structures will be in the paper, and group 18 elements you can focus on the uses, that is uses of helium, 2 uses of helium, 2 uses of neon, 2 uses of argon. Then what are interhalogen compounds and their uses? This is another question. Then reactions involved in contact process for the manufacturing of sulfuric acid. Structure of sulfur dioxide, how much bond angle is present in sulfur dioxide. Then the allotropes, distinguish between rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. Again, here you have to take out the 4 points because the number of points are given in the textbook. So these are all important questions. And when it comes to a reaction, see, there are number of reactions are given. Now I cannot predict, because in inorganic chemistry, as the number of reactions are more, here you need in writing practice. So whatever reactions you have, practice it throughout the year. Based on that, please try to solve the questions. One more question which comes in my mind is define charring. What is charring process? This also they can ask in the exam. So this is all about physical chemistry. It's just prediction, nothing else. It might happen that few questions will be in the paper, and not necessary that whatever sir has given that everything will be 101% it will be there in the paper. This was just a small attempt for all students. At this particular time our body language is down, and when you don't basically we get confused, and we start thinking that from what point we have to start studying particular subject. So this is what my suggestion is. These are some important questions for first 7 topics. First 6 topics are physical chemistry, and the 7th one, that is group 16, 17 and 18, which few questions I have predicted belongs to inorganic chemistry. And in my second video, which will be again of 10-15 minutes, there I'll be explaining the important questions of organic chemistry. So thank you so much everyone.